Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Guess what? You are tuned into the Vitamin D with Dawn Dai podcast. And if you haven't realized it yet, I'm your host, Dawn Dai, here to get you excited about your life so that you can live life on purpose and for purpose. So welcome back. Now, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. So glad to have you. Vitamin D, well, it's a pun off my name. You know how you get vitamin D from the sun, right? Well, my name, Dawn, is the sun, so I'm here to shed light into your life. Now, while this podcast is all about inspiring and motivating and all that good stuff, I want to be clear. When we're talking about vitamin D and we're talking about shedding light, that's shedding light in the good and the bad. Because if we want to be better and we want to do better, we have to have the ability to see better. Can you dig it? I don't know about you, but I want to be well aware about what's happening with my life. So that's what this podcast is about. And you realize in this podcast, and it's this journey that we're on, is that it's all about how you are your greatest asset. You know, when we think about it, I coin myself as the life bank account expert because we understand money, right? You know what you're putting in, you know what you're taking out. And it's the same goes with your life. If you are your greatest asset in your life bank account, right? You ought to be cognizant of what's going in and what's going out. Now, here's the thing. Things are constantly going in and out, but it's all about finding the balance. And that's what this podcast is. It's about finding the balance. It's just like the yin and yang. They just swoop in and out with each other. And that's what we want to do here. And so we do this with inspirational insights and conversations with celebrities and everyday people like you and me. So it's real time. Ain't no sugarcoating this, but I do want you to walk away as a sweeter person, a better person, because you chose it. And that's the power of life. When you can walk in a situation and you choose, there's power in choice. And when we think about life and how it goes, we have the ability to choose what we wear, who we want to be in a relationship with, what we want to look like, what we want to do, whether or not we decide to go after our dreams. You choose the life you live. Do you want it to be great? Is it great? Is it everything that you thought it would be or that you want it would be? Well, that's what I want to delve into a little bit more. I'm talking about, what do you want? So without further ado, it's time for your dose of vitamin D.
Get your vitamin D right here with me and get excited about your life.
What do you want? That's the question of a lifetime when you really think about it. Figuring out what we want out of life. Having the vision, having the guts, the glory to see it through. We realize too that in answering this question, it lies within our purpose, our passion, and our peace. And while many of us ask the question of what do you want, on the flip side, there are tons more of us who don't have don't want to say guts, don't want to say balls, the gumption to actually find the answer. And here's the thing too. When we talk about living our life on purpose and for a purpose, when we talk about being our best selves, and when we're talking about living our best life, you have to be on a mission to answer this question. Because that's what's going to make it great. Fulfilling what it is that you want. See, and you realize that you start to step into the realms of the wants once you got your needs taken care of. Well, needs are what's the survival mode. Like you need oxygen, you need water. You need peace. Some people don't think they do, but halfway losing their minds. But what do you want? And what does it look like? It's so interesting in life. I think that, especially now everybody keeps talking about social media and how it distracts us, is that I don't think we're in a realm of realizing how impactful it is searching for somebody else's validation about who we are and what it is that we want. All of a sudden, our credibility of why we're acting, why we're talking, why we're dressing, why we do what it is that we do is to be affirmed by someone else, to fit into someone else's mold. But you realize that no one else can wear your shoes. But then the question becomes, does your shoe fit? I say that because when we step out on the outside realm of asking other people's permission or getting a validation for someone else, it's almost like we're going to rent out shoes. And if we're talking about living our life, living on purpose and for purpose and going after our dreams, it's going to require us to tighten up our own bootstraps. It's going to require us to call out our own stuff. You know, I can use my own story for as long as forever of my dealings with my weight, of just the ups and downs. And it all goes back to, what do you want? Because if we have the ability to create the life that we want, to speak life over our life. If ask and you shall receive, write the vision and make it plain. Eons upon eons, some of our favorite celebrities, some of our most notable people around the world have said that they have created the life that they want. Well, you best believe whatever it is that you're asking for, you need to align yourself on that path to receive it. Now, it doesn't mean putting on someone else's shoes, but it's understanding that you have to go through your due process. That's the journey. Remember, the journey is the experience, and the experience is the journey. So again, what do you want? Me talking about weight, I can say all day about I want to lose weight, but if I'm not eating in accordance to what it takes to lose weight, do you really want it? And get this, then we get in this mode of being so frustrated about why isn't it? Because it's not what you want. Because what you want, what you really want. Now, I'm going to need you to put your gangster on, straighten up a little bit, sit up when I'm about to say this, straighten your hair, crack your neck, sip some water or something. What you want, you get. Tell me something that you truly wanted that you did not get. That you had every ability to work for it. Now, because I'm not talking about making somebody else fall in love with you. I'm not saying anything that's outwardly. I'm saying with you channeling your power, what is it that you made up your mind, truly made up your mind that you wanted that you did not get? You're thinking too long. If you didn't name it off the bat, you didn't really want it because it would have came immediately. So when I ask you, what do you want? What do you want? Because you can have it. You'll also realize what you want and what's for you does not fleet from you. Nobody can take it. It can't be depleted because you consistently create it. You create it when you find your peace. You create it when you find your passion. You create it when you find your purpose. The 3 P's in life. Purpose, passion, peace. Purpose, passion, peace. P cubed. Catch it. And that purpose, passion, peace, that's where the best life resides. Because with your purpose, you know what you're going after. That thing that you said that you want, that becomes that purpose. And when you living out that purpose, you understand that you start to do it with passion. That's how you know if you really want it. And it sounds easier said than done, but you literally get lost in whatever it is that you do. You find yourself consistently thinking about it. You find it is your way of life. You find it that it gives you life. More than what you could ever imagine. I'm not saying that it's not going to be hard. I can say the same to me as I'm working out. Yes, I want to be fit, but is it not hard to be working out and shaking and sweating and I can't catch my breath? Yeah, it's hard. But I know what I want. And so when I look at the time and I look at the transformation that I'm making in my life, I realize that I chose Dawn. Are you going to choose you? What do you want? You find that when you start to do it with passion, it's part of your everyday life. It's kind of like that fluid thing. If it's not Steph Curry or LeBron James on the court, constantly with the dribble, constantly with the J. Is it you taking a note of Serena Williams and you got their tennis racket? Is it you out there, Misty Copeland, up on there doing all your ballerina moves? Is it Simone Biles? Are you Sha'Carri Richardson? What do you want? Here's another thing I want to say too. When you find what that passion is, you find that in doing it with so much exertion of yourself, that it gets you to a level of peace. Oh my gosh. I can say with myself, I think of how I'm going to be on the covers of magazines. The world will know my name. And I value that a lot because that's what I want. That's what I feel like I'm destined to do, to inspire the masses, to inspire people to be better, to get excited. I aspire to inspire folks to just be in a reflection and a bundle of light. But when I find that the aspiration of that is that's what gives me my peace in that. It's figuring it out. It's the thing where even when it's so uncomfortable, I realize that it is my exhale. It is my reason why. That's why I have to ask you, what do you want? Because if it isn't fulfilling your purpose and your passion and your peace, do you really want it? Or is that something else that somebody else said that you had to do? Somebody else said that you had to acquire. That's what somebody else said you had to talk like, had to walk like, what you had to look like. Because when it's you, it's fluidly. There is no blueprint of how you should be. You just got to do you, boo. What do you want? Well, it's going to require you to get uncomfortable. Because if you had it, you probably wouldn't want it. Because you want it, that means you don't have it yet. Now, in order to get to the process of not having to having, you're going to have to do some things that you've never done before. Hence, that's why you want it, because you don't have it. And if you were already doing it, you would already have it. So in the process of getting ready and doing these things, you're going to get uncomfortable. It's going to get crazy. You may even cry. Even myself, of saying how I'm going to inspire, I got a lot of work that I'm doing myself with my family, even cleaning up, priding myself on communication and seeing how the communication is breaking, how it's failing, but I'm not giving up. That's the difference of when you say, what do you want? What are you not willing to give up on? That's how you know that you want it, because you don't stop until you get it. Now, here's the thing. We get in this situation of saying that we want something and you really don't want it. What do I mean by that? Well, hey, let's just say me, for example. Hey, I want to lose weight. I want to run a New York City marathon. I want to be in the best shape of my life. But if I'm not working out, if I'm not eating correctly, I don't want it, because I'm not aligning myself what it is that I declare. What do I want? So I have to ask you, what do you want for your life? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? And guess what? You can't ask anyone else because it's yours and you have the ability to create that. So what do you want? And when are you going to stop lying to yourself about what it is that you want? Because if you want it, you can have it. If you want it, you'd go get it. If you want it, you're going to stop making the excuses. If you want it, you're going to get tired of what you think that it should look like. Create it. You say you can speak life over yourself. You said that you can believe in yourself. So when you going to do it? When you going to stop telling yourself the lie? When are you going to make the decision to stop disappointing yourself? Because you keep lying. You're lying because you said you want it and you don't. You don't want it because you're not doing it. And I'm getting emotional because I think about so many people that say they want their dreams, that they say they want relationships, and you don't because you're not doing it. And it's hurtful because if you are your greatest asset, and if you are special, and if you are worthy, and if you're listening to this self, you didn't told me that you believe in yourself. And you listening to this is telling me that you believe in my dreams. And if you're signing up for this, I take my dreams seriously. So what do you want? Are you going to get it? Because we're going to die. And if you need to open up your mouth, then you need to be vulnerable. If you need to say sorry, if you need to work out, if you need to go the extra mile, then are you doing it? Because when the clock stops, it can't restart. When it's over, it's done. When it's a period, it's a period. So don't mistake the but. Don't mistake the comma for what it is that you want out of your life. Because it's not over until it's over. Until you can't walk. Until you can't talk. Until you can't breathe. So just do it. Go after it. Stop making the excuses. You can look in the books. You can look on TV. You can ask your friend, whomever is doing what it is that they want, whoever has set themselves on a goal and has achieved it. They decided that they want it. And I need you to make a decision because it's one of the most pertinent decisions you could ever make in your life about what it is that you want. You know that you deciding about what it is that you want out of life and you having the gumption to pursue it. Do you know how many other people's lives that you saved? Do you know how many rainy days you made the sun shine? Do you know that somebody is looking at you and saying that I'm possible? Heck, did you even know that you doing what it is that you said you want to do might even save your life? What do you want? Purpose, passion, peace. See that abundance, that money, that notoriety, all that's going to come. But I need you to make the decision. Are you going to be bold enough? What up, though? What it is, what's good? What do you want? I think you can have anything you want out of life. I'm going after it. What they say, don't believe me, just watch. Remember, your dreams don't work unless you do. It's time to get to stepping. Well, that's it for your dose of vitamin D. I want your dreams for you as bad as you want them. Don't lie to yourself and say you want it when you don't. Now, if you're like, hey, this was a lot and you want some more inspiration, I want to make sure that you follow me on all social media at Dawn Dai Speaks. And also, if you need some advice, I want you to email me, VitaminD@DawnDaiSpeaks.com. Relationships, career, whatever it is, I'm here for you. I want you to be clear, though. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not sugarcoating. Now, because you wrote into me, I'm taking that you want my advice. And because I want the best for you, I'm going to keep it real with you. Just so that we're clear. Remember, vitamin D is shedding light on the good and the bad, because if you want to be better, you want to do better, guess what? You are going to have the ability to see better. I see you, boo. I see you. Also, I want to make sure that if you enjoyed this, make sure you tell your friend to tell their friend to tell their friend about it, okay? We trying to get vitamin D around the world. We're making dreams possible. We're in the business of saying, I'm possible. You riding with me? All right, well, follow me at Dawn Dai Speaks. And that's all I got for you today. Until next time, I want you to always remember, you are your greatest asset.